All right, waking up. Not a bad way to wake up, actually. What's up? Day 2, Willow Springs, streets of Willow today. Very beautiful sunrise. Had a nice day. The deluxe trunk bunk accommodations. Nice and cozy. A little bit of condensation, but it was good. Pretty cool to coincidentally pull in behind this guy in his Lotus 7. We were parked pretty close to each other in the paddock, chatted with him a little bit, got a photo of his car, but cool to get right on track behind him. I actually left this clip in here just so you could see how textured the pavement was, the old asphalt with all the cracks and all the sealer and everything, all the chunks missing out of it on the skid pad turn here. Took a couple of laps to get through traffic. First 2 or 3 were just basically a giant parade lap because it was a sold out event. Couple of laps to get the car up to temp and the tires up to temp. He let me by a little too easy, especially once we see how quick he is later in the video. We had some good chases. my wildest dreams did I think I'd be getting point buys from Vipers. Pretty sure this is an FRS, but it was a pretty good chase. Once I could actually catch up to him in the corners. Definitely not on the straightaway. Go figure. I also ran my fastest lap of the day on pretty much the last lap of the last session, trying to chase him down again too. Looks like Lotus guy finally got warmed up. Got him around me. Man, does he get me on the straights. There's not a lot of tracks I have to use second, which is a good thing because there's a chance I'm going to do something like that. Not sure if it's my aim or some shifting around or the synchros, who knows. But Lotus guy was pretty much gone after that. I got to admit, it wasn't the last time I missed that shift on this day either. My MR2 friend from the day before was a good chase until we get to any straight, and then I would just get dusted. But fortunately, there's only 2 long straights and streets. see, we eventually started to catch some traffic, which was bound to happen with the sold out day. I gotta say though, this was pretty cool, watching a 3 wide double pass down the front straight. Which did eventually lead to being able to have a good run with that 280Z in the front. I was Paddock close to him and was chatting with him a little bit, so it was awesome to share some track time. So cool to see people tracking vintage old cars like this, the way they were meant to be used. Also really impressive that the stock 70s carbureted 6-cylinder gave my big stupid V8 a run for its money. Actually led to a couple of my favorite photos from the weekend on this lap. I did go over and find the EG guy in the paddock afterwards because those things are sick. What's up, YouTube? We're out here at Streets of Willow. Super fun track. Lots of cars here today. I think it's a sold out day. Tiny, well, not tiny paddock, but long and skinny paddock.
Attention to the paddock, orange group drivers, all orange group drivers, this is your immediate call to grid. Orange group drivers, this is your immediate call to grid.
Yeah, lots of people. Was chatting with Andy over here, has a pretty killer GTI, or some kind of Volkswagen GTI lookalike that's got a VR6 in it. I guess he swapped in from a later car. It says GTI on the steering wheel, so it's got to be a GTI, right? Cool little car. Then there's that pile. Duct tape and zip ties, baby. I was actually going pretty far down on the sidewall, surprisingly, despite having quite a bit of pressure in there. So I got all the tires marked now. Just trying to dial in tire pressures here a little bit because I've never really done my homework like that. I don't know, put lines on them, see how much of the tire I use. Go as low as I can until I'm rolling sidewalls, I guess. I don't know. We'll find out. I had the foresight to bring a can of my favorite soda, but I did not have the means to keep it ice cold, so it was less satisfactory. Room temperature Chipotle leftovers from the night before, also questionable, but good. It was kind of funny to see some of the individual cliques, like we had a GTR clique and some other groups that were all the same car. Not something I feel like you get at East Coast track days, but maybe I'm just going to the wrong ones. I included this lap because I always thought a Viper GTS was like the coolest car when I was a kid, especially the blue ones with the white stripe on them, which, what do you know, chasing one down right here. Never really imagined I'd be chasing one around a racetrack. Never really imagined I'd be driving a 95 Chevy Caprice around a racetrack. Never really imagined driving racetracks either way, but man, definitely pretty neat. And this guy was super awesome. I ended up talking to him at one point after this session, and super cool guy, really nice. Gotta appreciate seeing these things out on track instead of just parked in a garage or at the Cars and Coffee. Definitely appreciate the point by going onto the straight, because I know otherwise it would absolutely murder me. It's always funny about this time of the day when you feel like you're really comfortable with the track, but it's getting warmer, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't really go any faster. But I did have the red FRS carrot dangling in front of me, so going for it. Funny, on my actual fastest lap of the day, I didn't bother going down into second here, which also helps you not blow the shift, but also shows that sometimes shifting less is just as fast, if not faster. Howdy. Finished up the day here at Streets of Willow. Counterclockwise, first time driving it counterclockwise, a lot of fun. I did one day here, my first ever track day, 17 years ago. The car was still automatic, and the transmission made it 1.5 sessions, maybe 2, before it overheated. I was so busy having fun chasing people down, and the trans started slipping and wouldn't shift into third from second under full power, so then I would back out, wait for it to shift and get back on it, not thinking to look at the temp gauge, which was silly in hindsight, and eventually it stopped shifting into third altogether. And I looked at the gauge and it was pegged at 250 or whatever. It's actually the same trans temp gauge still have in the car. You can't see it. But yeah, blew it up 100 miles from where I was living, 107. Drove 7 miles out to the highway, the freeway, and had AAA come pick me up and tow me the 100 miles free tow home rather than burn the car up in second gear 100 miles home. So this was a bit of redemption. Sometime later, went pretty fast, ran a 127.7 a couple of times. Super fun track. up the side of the hill, down the side of the hill, lots of camber. Not a lot of tracks quite like these here at Willow Springs back east. Met some people, made some friends, fan favorite as usual, I guess. But now I gotta pack up my actually somewhat organized yard sale today. We got 2 rows. This row or this aisle is a little longer here, but I'm gonna be packing up well into the dark, I'm sure. But I've gotten pretty okay at it. Just gotta change the wheels over, and it's easier to take these off and put the street tires on than the other way around, so I appreciate that. But all in all, look at that sunset every night. What do you know? All right, time to get moving because it's already getting cold and I'm hungry, and I got a hour and a 40-minute drive back to Burbank. So love you, bye. Hi. 6:30. Fully intended on doing some other vlogging, but was busy picking out photos and videos and chatting with people and stuff like that. Rushed out to the main gate sign to get some nice sunset photos. Got some photos by the streets of Willow, mural painting label on the side of a building. You know, finally all packed up, hour and a half later. All the junk in the trunk. Didn't feel like swapping wheels over, so I just left them on there. The rig is loaded. Still looking straight out of Mad Max. Didn't feel like rolling up my sleeping bag, so I just stuffed it in there. I'm gonna toss this light in here, be done with it, because my hands are cold, my fingers are cold, I'm hungry at 6:30. I got a almost 2-hour drive back to LA, so talk to you next time. Brake pad calamity yesterday.